We would just drive fucking anywhere, and it's one of those things that you grow up hating, and you know your dad or your mom tells you you'll appreciate it one day, and you hate them because you do. So this is kind of I'll talk about it a little bit more afterwards, but this is aptly titled Road Trip. My dad tried to teach me, but it wasn't until I was 19 that I learned to measure my life in mile markers. And I do. It's easy. All you gotta do is keep two hands on the wheel, eyes straight ahead, we're driving hard, blasting through time zones, trampling over state lines like they did something to us. Each state checked off like victims on a hit list. New Mexico, Oklahoma, Iowa. Why not? We're doing 90 in cars that shouldn't go over 50 down two-lane highways in the middle of nowhere, Nebraska, on our way to anywhere, California, because if there's one thing Midwest kids know, it's how to escape. Picking landlocks like a poor man's Houdini. Because we know what it's like to get stuck in the routine of jobs and school and bullshit. Our well-worn paths become so barren they turn into ruts, till the only choice we have left is to take off, and we do. It's easy. We know that we can make to New York by daybreak, New Orleans by noon. In an hour, the skyline will be submerged in a golden ocean of corn husks. Out of the side view, those rows of corn will tumble over each other like dominoes. There is no horizon, just a blurry mirage, and it's okay, because in a couple hours, it'll give way to mountains. So we keep it moving. Fueled by truck stop milkshakes and hobo skillets, pouring out a little bit of our big gulp fountain drinks for our homies who couldn't come with us because they ran out of vacation days or they're on parole. We sing their praises, along with a half-dozen mixtapes scattered across the dashboard because CDs are for pussies. Eventually, we'll pull over on the gravel shoulders, taking views that exceed our vocabulary's capacity to describe. Real National Geographic type shit. And it's from that vantage point that we'll see the America our grandparents grow up knowing. We'll see the America Jack and Neil try to conquer. We'll see the America that could exist if there weren't so many of us here to fuck it all up. Thanks. Yeah. So like the first time I ever did, like, took a road trip that wasn't like with my family, like a big one, I went to New Orleans when I was like 19. Which sounds like a really good idea, but it's not. And because we had this idea that New Orleans is like this, you know, this just fucking lawless land where you fucking do whatever you want, and it's not. It's like a really big bar, at least when you're 19. So we went, and we arranged like 17, 19 is the group we went down with, and I just remember being just kind of. Not really scared, but I was like, I can't fuck this one up, or else my dad's gonna give me shit. Like, you can't travel without me, And so like I was like really nervous. Like I was just like thinking of just terrible scenarios. I was like, maybe I should bring two wallets, and one will be my real wallet, and one will be my dummy wallet. So if I get mugged, I could give him the dummy wallet. Yeah, I'm retarded. And so we get to New Orleans, and there's not much to do. I mean, we brought I was skateboarding at the time, so we bring our skateboards from New Orleans. It's hard to skateboard because it's like a lot of like brick, cobblestone, a lot of it's old. So it's just hard to get around on a skateboard. So we go, and it's night, so we're like, well, fuck it, let's just go to the French Quarter, let's walk around. It's people watching. And we figured since it was like August and a Monday night that it would be kind of chill, but it was still fucking crazy. People are puking, middle-aged women are taking their tops off. It's ridiculous. And so we get there, and kind of half the group kind of goes off to like pick up girls. The other half tries to like go score weed or something. And me and my buddy Ryan are sitting on Bourbon Street. We're just hanging out, and these two guys, these two really like big fucking like dudes. Like they look like guys that they look like they worked at like a steel mill or something. They're just fucking like big. It's like the guys that got the big guts, but their fucking arms are huge. That they could destroy you. And so him and it's two of them, and they're walking past, and they see us, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, bros?" And we're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And they're talking to us, and they're obviously like totally wasted, and they're like, "Hey, you want to go smoke a joint down by the pier?" Yeah, I know, I really didn't want to. It's like, I wasn't too travel savvy, but I knew that anything involving the pier is a bad idea. So he's like, "All right, man, well," and we were really cool about it. We weren't like, "No, we're not going anywhere with you." We're like, "Oh no, arrange with friends." It's, all right, cool. So we parted on good terms. It was great. So they start walking off, and you're me, okay? You're me. So they're walking, and the guy just stops. Just stops where he is. He turns around like I said, "Your mom's a whore," or something like that. He just looks at me. And at this point, I'm like fucking shitting my pants. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like, what did I say to this guy? The guy comes running over to me. He rushes up. He grabs me by the collar. What's your name? Kyle, I'm sorry. And he goes, "Hey man, next time you're getting a piece of ass, scream Kavanaugh." That's my New Orleans story. Thank you very much.
We got Tim fucking Stafford here on stage, man. It's the Def Jam poet.
Yeah!
Round of applause for Tim.
Yeah! I was on Red Shoe Diaries once too. It was awesome. I did that poetry jam, which is cool. But basically, unless you're like a rapper, all you do there is annoy rappers, and then HBO sends you a Christmas card. That's it. That's the extent of it. So yeah, I already talked about pieces of ass. So let's get into the sexy time edition of this feature. I am, Bill was kind of say from the Chicago area. I'm from the suburbs. I'm from Lyons, Illinois. Yes, Lyons is in the house with a Y. All right. So, and I don't beat around the bush. I'm from the suburbs. That's just where my parents, when they had sex and I was created, that's where they lived, and so it's all good. And I embrace that just because I'm trying to keep it as real as possible. I don't want to be one of those kids, like when I went to Columbia, who you'd ask them where they're from, I'm from Logan Square, I'm from Wicker Park. It's like, no motherfucker, you're from Barrington, and your parents are paying for your apartment in Logan Square or Wicker Park. So in Lyons, there's this great institution called the Brookfield Zoo, just north, and basically if you live within 10 miles of the zoo, you have to make an annual pilgrimage to the zoo. So this is